Hi, welcome to my channel. So tonight, I'm doing something a little different. Tonight is about my transparency. I've been asked a lot of times, from, you know, the counseling board and all that, if I have any experience in psychopathy, like psychopaths, or antisocial personality, or mental illness, and or experience with substance abuse, or working with people with that. I also was asked if I was ever in trouble, because we're all asked that, right? And it does not disqualify you, right? And then I was asked what makes a good counselor, right? So I'm going to answer all of those questions. The first question I'm going to answer is, what makes a good counselor? Empathy. Having empathy for people other than yourself, and yourself as well, right? That counts. You count. The other thing is books. Oh, lots of it. Lots of studying. Years of it. I've been years and years of it. 2026. I've been in school since 2017. Packing away. I start my doctorate in the spring, but I have experience in the field as well. Okay, so my experience is not, well, it is now. I work with people, but before my experience came first, the books came second. I'll explain. So my first experience with a psychopath, I was 4 years old. Yeah, that was my own uncle. Piece of work he is. He's dead now, and I'm not sad. Do I have empathy? Yes, not for him, but I do have empathy. I think he's right where he needed to be. So he was the kind that liked little kids, but he also brutally hurt my aunt. And she was one of my favorite aunts. My other favorite aunt just passed away recently. But he was a psychopath. He took a shotgun and blew her away after she made him accountable for what he did to his own little kids. And I think I was around 17 at the time. I was in Maryhurst, Sisters for the Good Shepherd. And it was a Christian boarding school. So I ended up running away. I was so angry inside. And outside of that, prior to that, before I was born, my father was a great guy, but he did have an addiction. And I was born addicted to drugs. In my development, my mother was given what's called a speedball while she was sleeping and pregnant with me. So, needless to say, I was affected by it. I was the type of kid that didn't cry. You didn't even know I was in the room. But if you picked me up, I'd throw a fit. I had to play all by myself. Put some toys there, I'm good, right? So, a psychopath named James Condon, next door to us, blew my father away on Father's Day. Right after that, I was born. To this day, I don't really like real loud fireworks because it scares me. It sounds like a gun, and I don't like guns. Sorry, I'm smoking. This is my life story. I can smoke. So, anyhow, those were my first experiences. That marked my pavement Okay? That was my foundation that I had. Now, one side of my family was extremely wealthy, still is. The other side was extremely poor. And that's okay too, because I had the best of both worlds, to be honest with you. I learned to appreciate people, and I'm not greedy, and I'm not materialistic. So I'm good to go. Right? I, I'm okay with it. That being said, as a runaway, I was a victim quite a lot. I'm a survivor now. But a lot of people prey on vulnerable teenagers, and I was extremely vulnerable. I trusted everybody. I think when I was about, actually I ran away before 17, I was about 16, and the first experience with a psychopath was in Trinity Park, and I was put in 2 plastic bags after something really bad happened, and I was being placed into the Trinity River in Texas. The only reason he did not do it is because he wanted to do something. The police got him. He got put in jail, and I got put at the police station until my mother picked me up. And she did. Then I was having behavior problems, right? I didn't want to wash the dishes because I didn't like my hands put in hot water, okay? And in my family, they believe hot water is the ticket. And I didn't like it. So my mom, trying to teach me a lesson, put a quarter on a suitcase and put it outside the door. She was a Scorpio. She said, when you can be part of the family, you can come back in. So I just went across the street, literally across the street, and sat in the park. And then Neil Hibbets, a child predator, threw a frisbee right by me. I didn't have any friends. I was very closed off. And I threw it back at him. He asked me where my friends were. I was like, I don't have any, because I was actually new to that neighborhood. And I was very quiet. You know, I just kept to myself. And he says, well, you want to play frisbee? And I said, sure. I didn't know the danger. So I wasn't aware that every time he threw the frisbee, he was stepping back further and further. So I'd have to step forward and throw it more. And this park was pretty big. We got way out, and he's like, it's pretty hot. Do you want a soda? I was like, sure. Being a kid, you always want sodas, right? And he goes, well, get in my car. I'll take you there. We'll go around the corner and get a soda. And I was like, are you crazy? Are you a psychopath? He goes, no, get in. I wouldn't hurt you. So I got in, and I came missing for a year and a half. Luckily, he didn't do anything else to me, but he looked over and he says, if I was crazy, would I tell you I was crazy? And he took off. And I had given him more information than he should have had. Like, I told him I was in trouble. My mom didn't want me in the house because I wouldn't wash the dishes. So I gave him enough information for him to play with my head. And as a child's brain, he was able to play with my head. So I said, I need to go back home. He took me all the way to Mineral Wells, Texas. And he's like, well, your mom, I called your mom, and your mom said that you're too awful and she doesn't want you back home, and that I can take care of you and you have to stay here. Now, he took me from a nice apartment to a dirty trailer in Texas, in the middle of the woods. And unfortunately, I had to listen to Kiss albums all day long, which I didn't like. Part 2's coming up.